our club contest evening tonight. Woo! So the order of events, we will have our humorous speech contest first. Then we'll have a short break. We can all mingle and relax and get a drink. And then we'll have our table topics contest after the break. So firstly, I would like to say a very special thank you to our judges, especially the judges who have come from other clubs tonight. Thank you for giving up your evening. We really hope you enjoy yourselves, and we really appreciate it. And an absolutely very special thank you to our chief judge, Coralie. She is our area governor, so she's a little bit of a VIP. If you get a chance to chat with her at the break, please do so. She's like an esteemed Toastmaster, and we are very honoured to have her in our presence tonight. And a very, very special welcome to our visitors. So those from other clubs, like Rogers, who have come to help out, and your good self. And also I see some visitors at the back of the room, some support, etc. So you're all very welcome, and again, it's so nice to see you come to our club and support the contest night. It's a very special night for us, and we hope you enjoy yourself too. Now, just to explain, I've done this before, but for those of you who missed out, the winner of Morningside goes to the area final on the 17th of September, along with Santon Toastmasters, Transformers, Golden Gavel Club, and Communique Q8. So this is a Wednesday night. It's going to be here, and the winner of tonight's table topic and humorous contest will represent our club on this night. So I urge you all to make space in your diaries. They will need some helpers as well from our club, like timekeepers and whatnot. But please do come along and support our winners as well, and hopefully they'll make it through the area final as well. And so I think that is it from me. And without further ado, I would like to call on our contest chair for the evening, Monday.
The next speaker that I'm going to call upon is Helen. Helen's speech is entitled Funny Business. Funny Business, Helen.
In the corporate world, and I'm using work very loosely because I don't think many of you work. Between the Facebook updates of how much work you're doing, all of the selfies in your new work outfit, and complaining about your bosses, I'm not sure how much work actually takes place. So it's a place we have to go to every day from 8 to 4:30, minus the 1 hour lunch and all of the time we spend on the phone and on WhatsApp talking to our friends. But it's somewhere we have to go. So we all read books about how to further your career. There's books about networking. There's how to work efficiently, working smarter, not harder. We've all read them. But sometimes I think, work is quite a funny business. And it's funny because of all of the characters that you bump into at work. Some people say that you get to know someone best when you're in a relationship, but I think actually we get to know our colleagues very, very well. So trust issues in a relationship with someone who's phoning you and saying, "It's your iPhone said that it takes 18 minutes to drive from home to work in this traffic, and you're not here yet. So where are you?" So that's how it festers itself in a relationship. But at work, it's a different form. At work, it's that person where you have a meeting with them and you agree that you'll meet at 4:30. Then they email you, copying in your boss and everybody that's important in the business to confirm that you will in fact meet at 4:30 and provide them with the input. And should you have another meeting, they'll send another email copying in everybody, then saying, "We've agreed these points and therefore come back with the work." Those are trust issues. And that same person you'll find is the very same person that will probably take their handbag to meetings, internal meetings, because they don't have any trust in the system. And similarly, they would have at some point asked for the CCV footage because the pens have been going missing at the desk. Oh, wow. And that is how trust issues fester themselves in the work environment. But not only do we have that person, we also have the parrot, the favorite. So the parrot is, you have big meeting and you're talking and you say, I think that we could drive market share by really just focusing on growing volumes. And they're like, yes, 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 but also we could increase our share in the market by really increasing volumes. And they're like, yes, but you're absolutely right. So this person is the queen and king of paraphrasing. It is indeed quite funny. Then you get those people that aren't really focused on the work much. They're there more for the fun and the social life, and then they have these office romances. They think that it's hidden, but really, office romances are the most public, private thing in the world. Yes, you think when you have lunch with someone all of a sudden, every day, and coffee at 3 and at 9, that nobody sees you, even though you have it at the 7th floor when you both work on the 1st floor. And everybody knows your business. So it's a great idea, I think, because if you can cut down on travel between each other and see each other in the office, and also can cut down, you can see the person that you like a little more during the day. Why not go for that route? So you have these funny characters, and we have all of this advice. And I've heard a lot of advice these days because cycling is all the rage. Literally, you have a guy who has never ridden anything since his tricycle when he was 3, now trying to get into mountain biking because it's really the new golf. I have a friend who ended up in hospital because he decided to take up, some guys in a social cycling group every Saturday in Muldersdrift and Sunday, and during the week at 4 a.m. in the morning. And it turns out his coordination skills weren't that great, and so there was a very, very awkward situation of him not really being able to get up the first mountain in mountain biking. But he was trying to do the best that he could do in the confines of what's being painted as the route to go in order to go improve and grow up the corporate ladder. But what do we do in this funny business called work? We could start our own businesses, as they say. So many people are exploring that alternative. Entrepreneurship is the way to go after all, right? Says everyone except the guy who's lost his house and car and everything he owns. Pursuing that business is maybe if we decide to sell cell phones to all of Standard Bank, they would buy from you. So it's some very simple idea that you think that can go really, really, really big. Or the 23-year-old, which I've seen, who's now trying to develop a $2 billion mining project. Annual gold is suffering. If you think you're going to do a $2 million deal, you've got something coming. So we have to use, our good sense. And what I find works best in these situations is really just work hard, do the best you can, hopefully find something that you kind of enjoy, take a few selfies of your outfits at work, and hopefully it will work out. Madam, Mr.
And Gosana, your word is phenomenal. 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 So just put it here.
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. What I have before me is the word phenomenal. And naturally, when I hear the word phenomenal, the next word that comes to mind is woman. So I think Phenomenal Woman, the poem written by the late Maya Angelou, and also fitting at this time of the year that we talk about phenomenal woman. So, phenomenal for me is the role that a woman plays throughout her life. From being a daughter, to being an older sister, to being a young girl, a woman again, a wife, a mother, and then later a grandmother. These are all very important roles in terms of nurturing people, providing for people, having an ear for people, and also at the same time, fitting in time for yourself. The reason why I find women to be so phenomenal is that when they grow up, somehow there's a pheromone or a hormone within them that makes them natural nurturers and providers for other people. Whereas if you look at men on the other end, it's something that a man needs to be taught. Because I think as men, we are selfish by nature. And we need a woman to actually harness us and bring us back in to ensure that we can also play our role of being a protector and provider, which at times I'm sure all women will agree that it's a role we don't play very well. So to me, phenomenal is a woman and what she represents and what she does and her unselfish ways in the way she carries herself every day. That to me is a phenomenal woman.
Your word, Helen, is phenomenal. P-H-E-N-O-M-E-N-A-L. Phenomenal.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Okay. Oh. Mr. Contest Chair, ladies and gentlemen. So I've been going through this life-changing, weird space. We've been trying to figure out what to do with my life. And normally it's a quarter-life crisis, but if you actually work it out, I'm a little over the quarter life. 28 times 4. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 108. But nevertheless, I've gone through this phase, trying to figure out who I am. So I've gone to look at different sources for inspiration. So you look to the Beyoncés, and I'm like, I'm never going to find a rapper in South Africa to marry. And I can't really dance, I can't sing, so that's never really going to work out as a source of inspiration. Then I've thought, maybe I could look at, inspirational people like Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou wrote a poem, which Nkosana must have spoken about in the speech I just laughed. And it was about phenomenal woman, and it speaks about the curve of your back or something. But nevertheless, it was all about women really appreciating who they are and appreciating all of the facets. Maya Angelou didn't have a really perfect life. She was once a prostitute, she was an alcoholic, but somehow she managed to piece her life together to become a phenomenal woman. So now I know it's not to be perfect and to be like Beyonce, although I'd really love to be like her. It's really about trying to use the negative experiences of your past, learning from them and becoming, hopefully one day, after many, many processes and changes and experiences, a phenomenal woman.
I've got a word for you that you must use to make a speech. And your word, as you have already looked at, it's phenomenal. P-H-E-N-O-M-E-N-A-L. Phenomenal. Let's give a round of applause.
Oh, okay. Hello. How are you guys? Oh, Mr. Toastmaster, thank you very much. Phenomenal. Jeepers, what do you say, eh? When I think about the word phenomenal, what do I think about? I think about life. Life is phenomenal. What do I like about life? Okay, I know this sounds cheesy, but maybe it's cheesy, but I thought it was probably one of the most phenomenal experiences of my life. I went to Brazil and I saw the Iguazu Falls. It's recently been voted as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. That was phenomenal. OMG. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Everybody has to go, okay? What was so amazing about it? So, okay, in my life I've only seen 2 real, waterfalls, which, not just like a little stream, actual sights to see. I saw Niagara Falls in Vancouver, Canada, and the Iguazu Falls. And what I really liked about Iguazu was they've really maintained the natural, natural environment around the waterfall. So you go through treks, you take boats, you can see crocodiles. Phenomenal. Amazing, amazing. And you just feel like you're in the wilderness. Maybe you're even in the Amazon. You probably aren't, but you feel like that. So that was amazing. And when I went to Niagara, it was a completely different experience. Firstly, there's like a main road, and you stand on the road and you look at the waterfall. And then on the next road, there's a bunch of casinos and restaurants. So it's just like a waterfall in the middle of Vegas, probably in the middle of a highway. It was not as phenomenal. But, so that was my first experience of what I think is phenomenal. What else is phenomenal? Food. Food is pretty phenomenal. This is probably the biggest reason why I eat and cannot lose weight. My time's up. Thank you.
The word in which you are required to improvise a speech, the word as you have rightly looked at it, is phenomenal. P-H-E-N-O-E P-H-E-N-O-M-E-N-A-L. Phenomenal. Phenomenal for me. Let's give it.
When I think of phenomenal, I think of Maya Angelou, and I wish that I memorized Nkosana's because she made us read it. But anyway, phenomenal. I can associate it with me at the tender age of 7 entering a beauty contest. And you know, when we practiced, everything was perfectly fine. I could walk like Naomi Campbell. All those tests. Came the day of the competition. I still have the picture. You know? But anyway, I lost the beauty pageant, but I was never bitter or anything, and I never gave up. And for the next 10 years or so, I just kept on entering beauty pageants, and I won all of them. I have done Sarafina. I've taught kids Sarafina. What else have I done? I have done gymnastics. I've been a mentor to a lot of girls. And if I can sum all of them up, then it talks about me being a phenomenal woman.
Mahlaku, you are required to make a speech using this word. Phenomenal. P-H-E-N-O-M-E-N-A-L. Phenomenal.
Thank you, Mr. Contest Chair. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This word, phenomena, speaks mostly about women. It being Women's Month, I would say this word encompasses everything that women are. Being a woman myself, phenomenal women are strong women. Women who wake up every morning, who are single mothers, take their kids to school, have a boss who is worse than anything you can think of, and they still put up a good fight throughout the day and survive. I just remembered that I'm supposed to be funny. I make this word funny. Phenomenal women are funny women. Women who wear whatever they want, women who have bad hair days, women who don't have great color coordination, women who have weird hair color from pink to purple to green to brown. Phenomenal women are also women of strength, educated women who work, who still go to school, who have MBAs, who have doctorates and all qualifications you can think of, and who still inspire young girls to do the same. So phenomenal women, being Women's Month, I say all the women that are in this room. Thank you.
Josta, you have to make a speech in the space of between 1 and 2 minutes using the word phenomenal. Your word, Josta, is phenomenal. P-H-E-N-O-M-E-N-A-L. Phenomenal.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Belgian Grand Prix, first lap. They start. Nico Rosberg pulls off. Lewis Hamilton manages to grab the first position. Isn't that phenomenal? He couldn't qualify on pole, but he showed that he's got that skill and the drive. Well, unphenomenally so. Rosberg manages to hit Lewis's rear tire, and he retired from the race. It's been the talk of the week, and as Lewis Hamilton fans, we have our placards out and we're like, Rosberg, Rosberg, you screwed us. After the race briefing, everybody comes out, discusses what they believe what happened, and Toto Wolff was not so impressed with the phenomenal drive that Rosberg manages to pull. He was down at around 19, he managed to finish at second, but he believes the phenomenal Lewis Hamilton could have been number one, and the whole of the Mercedes team would have won the race and scored 25 points for the whole team. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Toastmaster, I thank you.
I think the performance for all of our contestants was phenomenal. Let's give them. There's a story I once read in the Drum magazine, where they were arguing on whether who's clever between men and women. One thing that came out was that women are able to sort of speak to men in a way that would otherwise be offensive, but they're able to shape their language such that it sounds nice. The story goes on to say a man was mowing a lawn outside, and at one point he asked the wife, said, "My wife, it's so hot. I feel like working outside without wearing any clothes. It's so hot here. What do you think my neighbors would say?" The woman looked at him and said, "If you go out while naked, I'm sure your neighbors would say, they would actually think I married you only for money." I'm not sure what that meant. That's what she said. The next item on the agenda is meeting the contestants.